So today we're going to finish up with the first discourse of the Bhagavad Gita, which is entitled in some translations, The Despondency of Arjuna. And first Khushboo is going to read us a little explanation. So go ahead, Khushboo.
So this is about truth. We mentioned a little bit yesterday about it, how to look at the truth throughout the correspondence which we are going to have. And this is also in a response to some unholy comments yesterday. The quest for objective truth. What did Krishna actually say? Invariably result in vivad, the argument, where you try to prove that your truth is the truth, and I try to prove that my truth is the truth. The quest for subjective truth. How does the Gita make sense to me? Results in samvad, which is discussion, where you and I seek to appreciate each other's viewpoints and expand our respective truths. Expand our respective truths. It allows everyone to discover the Gita at his or her own pace, on his or her own terms, by listening to various Gitas around them. Objectivity is obsessed with exactness and tends to be rather intolerant and intolerant of deviation, almost like the jealous god of monotheistic mythologies. But meaning changes over time with the personality of the reader and with context. Subjectivity challenges the assumption that ideas are fixed and can be controlled. It celebrates the fluid. Modern global discourse tends to look at the truth qualitatively. It is either true or false. That which is objective is scientific or true. That which is subjective is mythic and false. Hindu thought, however, look at truth quantitatively. Everyone has access to a slice. The one who sees all slices of the truth is Bhagavan, the God. Limited truth is mythology. Limitless truth is Satya. Satya, the word for truth. Satya is about including everything and being whole. Purnam, like a full moon, Purnam. The journey towards limitless truth expands our mind, and we become Brahman, which is another word for the universe. So I hope whoever was commenting yesterday got their answer from their own soul. Don't speak it in your unholy languages. It's not healthy for anybody. I had to say that. All right. Varsha 27. You got to say something there?
Well, no, I loved your commentary there. I mean, Dr. Jung would be thrilled with that commentary, actually. Okay, because it's all about wholeness. In Jungian psychology, it's all about wholeness, right? And so I'm thrilled with that commentary. But let us read the Bhagavad Gita.
Let us read the Bhagavad Gita.
And
Jai Shri Krishna.
And today we're going to finish Discourse number 1, which is called The Despondency of Arjuna. So verse 27.5.
कृपया परयाविष्टो विषिदन्नि दमब्रवीत. Verse 27.
Looking at all his relatives come together in both armies, the son of Kunti, verse 28, broke down with deep compassion and said, Krishna, now that I have seen my own people here, coming near and longing to fight. Verse 28.
द्रष्टवेम स्वजनः कृष्ण युयुत्सु मथुपस्थितमः सिदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखः च परिशुष्यति. Verse 28.
Okay, and I'm going to read the other translation first too. So the other translation says, Arjuna then gazed at all his kinsmen before him, and his heart melted with pity, and sadly he spoke, O my Lord, when I see all of these my own people thirsting for battle. Verse 29.
वेशथुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाणदिव स्रसते हस्तात्व कवेच परिदहत्यते. Verse 29.
My legs collapse, my mouth is parched, my body trembles, and my hair bristles. Verse 29. My limbs fail me, and my throat is parched. My body trembles, and my hair stands on end. Verse 30.
न च स्कोनमय व्यस्थातु भ्रमतिव च मे मनः. Verse 30.
The Gandiva bow drops from my hand. My skin is burned, and I find no rest. My mind seems to wander. Verse 30. The bow Gandiva slips from my hand, and my skin burns. I cannot keep quiet, for my mind is in a tumult. Verse 31.
निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रोडनु पश्यामि हत्वा स्वजन mahave. Verse 31.
I see perverse omens, and before me I see no good in killing my people in battle, lovely-haired Krishna. Verse 31, the omens are adverse. What good can come from the slaughter of my people on this battlefield? Verse 32.
न कादक्षे विजय कृष्ण न च राज्य सुखानि च कि नो राज्येन गोविंदा कि भोगेजि वितेन वा. Verse 32.
Krishna, I long neither for victory, nor kinship, nor pleasures. Lord of the cows, what is kingship to us? What are delights or life itself? Verse 32, Ah, my Lord, I crave not for victory, nor for kingdom, nor for any pleasure. What were a kingdom or happiness or life to me? Verse 33.
येषामर्थे कांड क्षितः नो राज्य भोगाः सुखानि च त दमेद वस्तिता युद्धे प्राणास्य क्या वा धनानि च. Verse 33.
The ones on whose behalf we long for kingship, delights, and pleasures, these are the very ones drawn up in battle, giving up life, breath, and wealth. Verse 33, when those for whose sake I desire these things stand here about to sacrifice their property and their lives. Verse 34.
Acharya pitara putrastatheva cha pitamaha matula svashuraha putraha shalaha samvadhinta nastatha. Verse 34.
Teachers, fathers and sons and grandfathers too, mothers, brothers, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, also other family. Verse 34, teachers, fathers and grandfathers, sons and grandsons, uncles and fathers-in-law, brothers-in-law, and other relatives. Verse 35.
Etana hantu michhami dhanotadapi madhusudana api trelokya rajyastasa hetoha ki nu mahikrute. Verse 34. Verse 35.
Killer of Madhu, even though they are ready to kill, I don't want to kill them, even for the kingship of the three worlds, and certainly not for the earth. Verse 35, I would not kill them even for the three worlds. Why then for this poor earth? It matters not if I myself am killed. Verse 36.
Nihatya dhartarashtrana kapriti syajanadarna papameva shreya dasmana hatvetana tata yinaha. Verse 36.
Mover of men, what joy would it be for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra? Evil would still cling to us when we'd killed these men here with their bows drawn. 36, verse 36. My Lord, what happiness can come from the death of these sons of Dhritarashtra? We shall sin if we kill these desperate men. Verse 37.
Tasmanaha ha vayam hastu dharmarashtra nyasvaba nadhavana svajanah hi katha hatva sukhinah syama madhava. Verse 37.
Therefore, we are not entitled to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, our own kinsmen. After we have killed our own people, how would we take pleasure, son of Madhu? Verse 37. We are worthy of a nobler feat than to slaughter our relatives, the sons of Dhritarashtra. For my Lord, we can be happy if we kill. For my Lord, how can we be happy if we kill our kinsmen? Verse 38.
Yadhyapyete na pashyayanti lobho pahata chetasa kulakshaya krutah dosha mitra dohe cha patakamah. Verse 38.
Even if those whose thoughts are overwhelmed by greed do not see the wrong done by the destruction of family and the fault of meanness and injury to friends. Verse 38. Although these men blinded by greed see no guilt in destroying their kin or fighting against their friends. Verse 39.
Katha na ksheya masmabhi papa dasma nivartituma kulakshaya kutah dosha prapashya dirbhajanadarnah. Verse 39.
Mover of men, how would we not know through clear vision to turn away from this evil, the wrong done by the destruction of family? Verse 39. Should not we, whose eyes are open, who consider it to be wrong to annihilate our house, turn away from so great a crime? Verse 40. Khushboo, I can't hear you. Verse 40.
Kulakshaye pranashyananti kuladharmaha sanatanaha dharme nashte kulah krutasna madharmodabhibhavartavyuttah. Verse 40.
In the destruction of family, the eternal dharma of family perishes. When dharma perishes, its absence also conquers the whole family. Verse 14. The destruction of our kindred means the destruction of the traditions of our ancient lineage. And when these are lost, irreligion will overrun our homes. Verse 41.
Adharma bhibha varta Krishna pradushyaninta kulastriyah strishu drutashu vashnaye jayate varnasakarah. Verse 41.
Son of Vrishni, when the absence of dharma has conquered, the women of the family are defiled, and caste confusion is born in the corruption of women. 41. When irreligion spreads, the women of the house begin to stray. When they lose their purity, adulteration of the stock follows. Verse 42.
Shakdaro narakayeva kuladhanana kulasva cha pataninta pitro he sheyasha luptapinadodaka kriya. Verse 42.
The caste blending of the family and the family destroyers indeed brings them hell. Bereft of offerings of rice and water, their ancestors will surely fall. Verse 42. Promiscuity ruins both the family and those who defile it, while the souls of our ancestors droop through lack of the funeral cakes and ablutions. Verse 43.
Dosheretah kuladhana varnasha karkarake utsadhane jati dharma kuladharmascha shashvatah. Verse 42.
The dharma of caste and the eternal dharma of family are uprooted by these wrongful acts of family destroyers, since they create a blending of caste. Verse 43, by the destruction of our lineage and the pollution of blood, ancient class traditions and family purity alike perish. Verse 44.
Utsana kula dharmana manushyana janadarna narike daniyatah vaso bhavati tasu nusukshrumu nusushrumah. Verse 44.
Mover of men, whose dharma has vanished with lot, will live forever in hell, and we have heard this over and over again. Verse 44, the wise say, my Lord, that they are forever lost, whose ancient traditions are lost. Verse 45.
Aho bata mahatyapaha katu vyavasita vayama yadra jayasu khalobhena hantu svajana mudhataha. Verse 45.
Oh, we are set upon doing a great harm. We are eager to kill our own people, all for the sake of pleasure and a kingdom. Verse 45. Alas, it is strange that we should be willing to kill our own countrymen and commit a great sin in order to enjoy the pleasures of a kingdom. Verse 46.
Yadi mam prati kar mashastra shastra panayah dhartarashtra rane hanyastname kshemataraha bhavet. Verse 46.
If the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, should strike me unarmed in battle, this would be a greater peace for me. Verse 46. If on the contrary, the sons of Dhritarashtra, with weapons in their hands, should slay me unarmed and unresisting, surely that would be better for my welfare. Verse 47.
Eva muktavarjuna sadakhyeye rathoparastha upavishata visursarja shashara chapa shoka samvigna manasah. Verse 47.
After he spoke, Arjuna sat down in the chariot seat in the midst of battle and let go of both his bow and arrow, his whole being recoiling in grief. And verse 47, having spoken thus in the midst of the armies, Arjuna sank on the seat of the chariot, casting away his bow and arrow, heartbroken with grief. Now we have to remember that this is a moment in time. Arjuna and Krishna are between the two armies, as depicted in the thumbnails I've used the last few days, and time has stopped for them. And so this entire conversation is happening in this moment of time. And so now I'll read to you the footnotes that are here in one version. We've been reading from the Bhagavad Gita, the Penguin Classic Edition, and from the Bhagavad Gita Annotated and Explained, which is from SkyLight Illuminations and the SkyLight Path, I guess. Yeah, SkyLight Path Publishing. Okay, so the text reads, the bow Gandiva, and the footnote is, Gandiva is the name of Arjuna's magical bow with its 2 inexhaustible quivers and the power of 1,000 bows. It was given to him by Agni, god of fire, who got it from Varuna, god of waters, who got it from Soma, god of the ritual Soma plant, worshipped as a source of creative power. A bow, according to Shri Aurobindo, is a symbol of the force, Shakti, power, energy, sent out to reach its mark. And for footnote 2012, I would not kill them even for the 3 worlds. And footnote 12 is 3 worlds, in other words, all the universe. The 3 worlds can be heaven, earth, and hell. The gross physical, subtle mental, and causal divine worlds, or the human, semi-divine, and divine realms, earth, atmospheric regions, and heavens. Let's see. Okay, and the text reads, promiscuity ruins both the family and those who defile it, while the souls of our ancestors droop through lack of funeral cakes and ablutions. And the footnote reads, the reference is to Hindu rites for the dead ancestors, which may not be performed by children of mixed caste marriages. And footnote 14, the text reads, having spoken thus and in the midst of armies, Arjuna sank on the seat of the chariot, casting away his bow and arrow, heartbroken with grief. And the footnote reads, Arjuna has turned a complete pacifist and adopted the policy of non-resistance to evil. But this policy is wrong inasmuch as if one sees evil, one must resist it. The real attitude of nonviolence follows from the perception of God in all beings. Only the man whose mind has gone beyond good and evil does not resist evil, for he does not see evil. Further, Arjuna is a kshatriya. Arjuna is a kshatriya, member of the warrior caste, kshatriya. Yeah, the warrior caste. Hence, it is his duty to fight in a righteous cause. Nihilananda. And so then there's a further comment note here from Eknath Iswaran. All life is a battlefield. Whether we like it or not, we are born to fight. We have no choice in this, but we do have the choice of our weapon, or of our opponent and our weapon. If we fight other people, often our dear ones, we cannot but lose. But if we choose to fight all that is selfish and violent in us, we cannot but win. There is no such thing as defeat on the spiritual path. There's no such thing as defeat on the spiritual path once we join Shri Krishna. But if we try to fight against him, we shall never know victory. Okay, so that's the footnote, and we've completed Discourse 1, the Despondency of Arjuna. My insight of this is that this points to nihilism, and it points to the one archetype that Sigmund Freud discovered, which is the archetype of Oedipus. And the Oedipus complex, in my opinion, and my insight, is that it's not about wanting to have sex with your mother. It's wanting to stay with your mother and wanting to stay in the family rather than going out into the field of battle, which is one's life. And so when we see a lot of nihilism in Western men right now, in my opinion, it could be caused by the fact that we've had 50% of young men being raised in the last 40 years who are raised in single parent families, mostly by their mothers. And so they are in this position of Arjuna at the end of Discourse 1. They don't have anybody to kick them out of the house, which a father would do. A father would teach a son the family business and then kick him out of the house. And so that's what Jordan Peterson has provided to many young men, to his credit, because he's basically helping.
And women too.
And women too. And women too. Women too, because
I was literally saved by him, and I'm not joking about it.
I believe that. And so for men, it's about their life. For women, it's about their inner life, their spiritual life. And so we have to remember that when we have these Jungian concepts like anima is about men's inner life, but anima is about the physical life of women. whereas animus is about women's inner life, animus, but it's about men's physical, actual life. And so every woman has a warrior within, and so on. And so, so these concepts are internal and external, and so the idea here is that Arjuna is despondent because he doesn't want to make a decision to enter into the battle of life, and so that's my insight, and tip of the hat to the one archetype that Sigmund Freud discovered, and he actually discovered it before he even talked to Carl Jung, so to his credit. So a lot of us, so anyway, there's a bunch of comments. Shall we talk about them quickly? We have to be very
actually
quick.
Miles have, I just want to thank Miles for to be really darling to us and handling the comments.
Yes, I very much appreciate that.
And then there's this another comment which I really liked. I just want to, I think it's Steel, who said, one is logos and one is eros. Krishna is present. Thank you. Nothing more beautiful can be
Thank you,
said
Sean.
or felt.
Sean has been a follower of mine for quite a while now, a couple of years maybe, or more than a couple of years, and he often makes very wise and true comments. So thank you, Sean, for that.
The culture which I belong to, Gujarati, we don't say like goodbye. We say Jai Shri Krishna. It means, I think, Hail Krishna. Not like hail, like war kind, but in a very loving way, I think. For the lack of the words, I would say it roughly translates as a Hail Krishna. And that is what we say as goodbye. We say Jai Shri Krishna, like in the Namaste position. So we'll end the. So in the end, if you have more.
Say it again. What is it? Hail to
Krishna. Jai. Shri.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna. Okay. So I've been to India 44 times, and none of my Hindu friends ever taught me to say that. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you another thing. So like in good night, people say GN, right? Like GN, short form, and laugh out loud is LOL. So in my like community, they type JSK as goodbye. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Yeah.
JSK.
Okay. So Akshay, go ahead.
When you address everything, I'll read like 2-3 lines, which is the same I read yesterday, but I think we'll make it a ritual to read the same lines.
Right. Okay. So Akshaya was saying some things about caste, but I'm going to leave that out for the time being, but also raises an interesting question. Isn't the Oedipus complex vice versa? Even the mother becomes overprotective. She has invested so much into the male child and detests the to-be wife who will enjoy the fruits of her son's labor. Yes, you're correct, Akshaya. That's right. So the mother doesn't want the son to leave, and so if there's not a father there, she can have magnetism that keeps the son with her because he wants to support his mother. But if there's a father present, then what's he going to do? He's going to do what Krishna is about to do, which is kick the worthless son out of the house and make him get a life, dive into life. But, many young men between ages 18 and 25, let's say, have a hard time getting out into life. And in the United States, it's not unusual to find men 35 or 40 years old who are still living at home. And my guess is that they often don't have a father who's going to kick them out of the house. But that's unlike brown bears, which is a different species, of course, but the brown bear mother will raise her cubs very kindly for 2 years. And then one fine day, she'll cross a river and she turns to the 2 cubs and growls at them and says, "Have a nice life. Get lost. I'm done." So,
Wild.
So Zena Yard says, "I wonder where the concept of Nara Narayana features in Jung's teachings."
We can take this later. It's a long one.
Okay. So let's wrap it up because we have life lessons coming up in 45 minutes from Jackie. So,
and she's wonderful, believe me.
She is wonderful, yeah.
I had a long conversation with her.
Yeah. So we can continue that conversation with her, but we have to end this one. So
yeah.
Okay. So
let
go
me
ahead.
talk about the tomorrow, and then I'll read you 2-3 lines, and we'll end it there.
Okay.
So tomorrow, Sanjaya is gonna describe conversation in between Krishna and Arjuna in context of Arjuna's cowardliness. Okay.
Right. And so here it's called the philosophy of discrimination, Samkhya Yoga. So that's what discourse number 2 is about, the philosophy of discrimination. Yeah. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Khushboo, thank you very much.
I want to read the 2 lines and we'll end this.
Okay.
Thank you to all our viewers. So these lines are written by a very celebrated contemporary Indian author called Devdutt Patnaik, and he is the one who taught me Hinduism. So thank you so much. So here I read: within infinite myths lies an eternal truth. Who sees it all? Question mark. Varuna has but 1,000 eyes. Indra, 100. You and I, only 2. Thank you.
Right. The God on the American dollar bill only has 1. So beware of. So we have to beware of materialism. Okay.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Peace. Thank you.